City of Lawrence Common Council, the Committee of the Whole meeting is now called to order. It's December 5th, 2022, and it is now 6:02 p.m. The first order of business is proposal number 24, 2022. That is the proposal establishing compensation for elected officials for the year 2023. I am going to open that up for discussion. And I think we all did receive from Dave Hoffman the salary comparisons for surrounding communities for the last couple of years. So if we want to use that as a basis of discussion, we can do that. So any counselors who have any comments?
I have one. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Tyra.
I'm so sorry. Is Indianapolis, well, they're not here. I'm assuming that Indianapolis is not in the numbers because it's a first-class city and all the rest of, is that the correct assumption?
Yeah, I think so.
These do look all to be Class 2 cities. Similar size.
If there's no discussion, is there a motion for a recommendation out of Committee of the Whole?
Well, I did want to say something.
Oh, go right ahead, Council Wells.
As a sponsor of this, the reason I did so was because, 3 years or so ago, we raised the salaries for all elected officials, and it was a fairly dramatic raise, I thought, at the time. And I was just trying to keep from that happening again, where, we have a dramatic pay increase all at once just to try to keep everybody up to par. But if this is, a bad time with the budget in question, then I totally understand that maybe we need to not do this at this time. But I'll yield to the remaining of the council to see what they think.
Any other counselors?
May I ask a clarifying question? Are you withdrawing your
Go
proposal?
ahead and put it to a vote. If we get a motion on it, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Then, because it's been all over the board about percentages, and I was just trying to find the ordinance, Rick, that but it's not on the agenda attachment. What percent? Because I've heard 3%, I've heard 5%. So just for clarification, thank you.
It's 31, I think.
No.
No, it's wrong one. Oh, okay, I'll give you the wrong one. I'm sorry. Apologies.
I don't think it was changed from the original, which was
It was not
5%.
changed from the original.
I think it was still at 5%.
Okay.
Isn't it?
From just from reviewing the comparisons that were sent, we are definitely in range of the top 5, in the top 5 for both the council position as well as the clerk position. I feel like we're in good position. We have a few cities, 4 cities or so that are leading the pack, but many of those cities are not comparable in size to our cities. They're actually significantly larger. So that was my observation from reading through it. Still open for discussion if there is any. Okay, seeing none, and I don't have a motion to recommend. Do I have a motion not to recommend? is committee as a whole. We usually go ahead and do a recommendation
Madam President,
and vote on, yes.
I'll get the ball rolling. I'll make a motion to recommend, and we'll see where it goes. If it doesn't get a
Okay.
second.
On the original or the amended?
On the original, 5% on the original.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it, just to get it on.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Okay, all in favor by show of hands to recommend proposal number 24, 2022 out of committee as a whole? Opposed? Okay, we don't have a recommendation, but we will do the final vote at the council meeting. Next item on the agenda is proposal number 32, 2022, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Lawrence, Indiana, repealing amended ordinance number 28, 2022, authorizing the issuance of general obligation notes. So I'm going to open that up for discussion.
All right. Madam Chair,
Yes, Counselor Giles?
at this time, it is my recommendation that we do not, I would like to make a motion to repeal those, our GO bonds,
Okay.
the GO bonds.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second? And this is to recommend it out of committee as a whole.
Oh, it's the recommended out?
So is this just a recommend?
This is first reading. This is first reading.
No, it'll be second reading tonight. But
Oh, yes, second reading. But we are at committee as a whole, so we will not vote on anything
Sorry.
until we
Yeah,
get to
I'm sorry, I'm doing
the
this.
full council meeting. So this is just a recommendation. But that's fine. You have a motion to recommend it out of committee as a whole. And is there a second?
I would like to second, but I'd like to make sure I understand the motion
Motion to
clearly.
recommend it out of committee as a whole.
And that is to repeal
Right. Then
the original proposal 28, and this would be the new proposal 32, correct? Yes, I will second.
Okay.
We're just sending it to the full to the council. We're not voting on it. We're just
Correct.
voting to send it. Okay.
Correct.
Got it. Thank you.
And I want to make sure that I don't rush the process. Is there any discussion on this? We have a motion and a second.
I have a question. I think a lot of people are curious as to why it got voted 8-1, and then 2 weeks later, Madam President, I think you're the sponsor of this to repeal it. Is there any background about why we're repealing this?
Well, yeah, there was a pretty major piece of information that was shared with all of us via email after we voted in support of the GO bonds. Myself nor anyone else on this council that I'm aware of was not aware that our 2022 budget had reverted to a 2021 budget. Every decision that we've made since January 1st, I think the vast majority of us have made under the assumption that it was based on our approved budget. We found out after we voted in support of the GO bonds that it had reverted back to 2021. Therefore, putting in question what exactly is our financial disposition, and we were basing our decisions based on the budget that we approved and understanding what our budget position is. As I sit here tonight, as the president of the council, I'm not confident what our budget position is. Therefore, I'm not in support of the GO bonds.
Okay.
So we're still in discussion. Any more discussion? Seeing none, we have a first and a second. All in favor for proposal number 32, 2022 to be recommended to the full council? Okay. Opposed? Okay. Next on the agenda. Do we have anything else we're going to cover? Okay, I have no other items. We're adjourned.